Almost done. Y'all come on in here and cool down with me. It's Friday. It's Free Your Mind Friday. It's free to cool off. It's free to cool down from everything that happened this week. Whatever it is that happened with you, for you, whether it was good, bad, indifferent. Come on in and cool down. Because I'm cooling down. I am cooling down. This workout is about done. It's about complete. So we're going to cool down. We're going to get the heart rate back down. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Not quite ready to cool all the way down yet. So we're going to get the heart rate down though. We're going to get the heart rate down. It's Friday. I hope you guys have had a great week. I hope you plan on having a great weekend. Okay? A great weekend. So it's cooled down with me for about 15 minutes. About 15 minutes. It shouldn't take 15. It should really just take 5, okay? But we're live, so we're going to interact. If you guys would like to interact, we'll interact. But if you don't, guess what? Watch the legs move. Watch the legs move and be motivated to get up and move. Okay? Be motivated to get up and move. Hey, Brilliant. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Brilliant. Whew, we're cooling down, Brilliant. We're cooling down. I'm not quite ready to cool down, but it's time, okay? It's time. I've been on here a while. I have been on here a while. So it's time to cool down. Yes, watch the legs move. When we're walking outside, we need you guys to watch the legs and the feet, okay? Do that and be motivated. Happy Friday, fam. Rooted in essential oils. How you doing? Long time no see. Long time no see. Happy Friday. Okay, happy Friday. I hope that you guys are having a great day. We're supposed to be cooling down, right? But for some reason, and I tell people this all the time, yes, it may be hard. It might be hard to start. But a lot of times, when the workout is over, when I should be cooling down, especially when I'm on my best friend, I'm not quite ready. I'm not quite ready. I'm not quite ready to cool down yet. So I might go faster. We might go faster. Kind of trick the body. Trick the body. Then we'll slow it down. Hey, we might even go backwards. See, you got to trick those muscles, okay? Go backwards. Go backwards. It's just as fun as going forward. Forward. Hey, Sassy. Hey, Sassy. So y'all walk with me. Well, we're on the elliptical, so you know how it is. We're walking inside today, okay? We're utilizing the best friend today. Thank you for those thumbs up. Those thumbs up. Thank you for those thumbs up. I appreciate it. Y'all know I don't fuss about that, but I do appreciate it, okay? I let my moms tell y'all how to do that. Because I just appreciate you stopping by for a second, okay? Okay? Yeah, I should be done. I don't know why, but maybe I want to keep going because I don't know if I'm going to, you know, this is the Memorial Day weekend. You know what? I got to stop that thought. Okay? We got to stop that thought. I was just about to say, I don't know if I'm going to work out the next few days, couple of days, but no, that's a lie. The devil is a lie. We got to get it in, okay? Look, I know, like when it's the holidays, sometimes people want to take a break. That's all good. That's okay. Especially if you've been consistent year-round. That's okay. You know, sometimes some people only exercise 5 days a week. Some 7, the whole week, okay? But when there's a holiday, for some reason, some people like to slack off or kind of lay off. My thing is, if it's a holiday and you know you're eating well, extra well, then maybe you need to pick up a little bit, okay? Exercise a little bit more. Pick up that intensity, okay? Because especially if you don't do it regularly anyway, use that holiday. You got some time off. A lot of us have a little bit of free time off, extra time from work. So hey, use that to work out. I want you to take some deep breaths if you can while you're exercising, okay? In and out. In and out. And you want to, like when I'm on my best friend, you know, the one that never lies to me, the one that always tells me the truth. Sometimes I'll use we want to glide. We'll glide. I like this. It's easy on the legs. It's easy on the knees. It's easier on the hips. It helps you out a lot, okay? But most of the times I just like to move these arms, okay? Move the arms. Move the arms. Do what you want to do. Move the arms. Now we're going to switch it up and we're going to go backwards, okay? We're going to go backwards, all right? We're going to go backwards, okay? We're going to go backwards. You might want to hold on when you're going backwards, okay? But hey, we got it. We got it. If I slip off, y'all just have a good laugh, right? Hey, April. Hey, April. Thank you, Brilliant. I appreciate it. Exactly, Rooted. Stop that thought. Stop that thought. Look, I know sometimes we go on vacation. It's okay. Take a break if you would like, to each his own. But I have found that when you go on vacation, people who look for the gym, look for a good gym in their hotel, they're truly dedicated, okay? Truly dedicated. And they may not exercise every day if they're on like a 5-day vacation, but just to get it in a day or two, or, you know, to keep your body, to keep it going. Keep it going. We want to keep it going, okay? So when you take vacations, or when you just have a few days off from work, still get it in, okay? Get your exercise in. Go deep. Take deep breath in and out. In and out. And if you feel like it's too much for you, then slow it down. Slow it down. You don't have to be able to talk. We just like to walk and talk over here. And when I feel like I'm tired of it, I slow down or I talk less. Do what works for you, okay? Do what works for you. We all have our own path. But my main goal is to get you to wash the legs. When I'm outside, get you to wash the legs and the feet. Don't worry about anything else. When you hear the birds, listen to the birds, okay? Free your mind from all the unnecessary drama, the unnecessary chaos. And you won't be able to free up some of the things that are going on with you in life, but you'll be able to just get a break, okay? Get a break. Get a break. That's what I want you to do. That's why I come on here. That's why I do my Let's Walk and Talk lives, okay? That's why that is the name of my channel, because I want you to be motivated to move. When you move, you release those endorphins, okay? Those endorphins. That natural high. You get a natural high. Natural. It's a natural high. All right? Thank you guys for talking in the chat. I appreciate that. Keep the consistency. Yes. Keep the consistency. Keep the consistency. Hey, Sassy. Hey, did I speak to you earlier, Sassy? I'm not sure if I did or not. I think I saw you. I spoke to April. I spoke to Rooted in Essential Oils. Of course, I spoke to my mom, Brilliant, a Brilliant Blessed Mess. Thank you guys for coming in, for coming on. Y'all see what Brilliant said. Tap those 3 dots at the top right. Okay, Give me a like if you don't mind. If you have not subscribed, please consider doing so. I would greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it. I really would. Okay, so, and when you feel like you're not making progress, we talk about this a lot. What is that called? It's kind of like writer's block. You've kind of plateaued, okay? You've hit a plateau. So you need to switch it up a little bit. Switch it up a little bit. It's just like on this elliptical. When I'm on here with you guys, I'm mostly just cooling down. But when I'm not, see, that's why I won't go on the camera and exercise, y'all. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I've done some stuff on this elliptical that will make you bust out and start laughing. But I'm not about to bust my butt on here in front of y'all. Not intentionally. Not because I'm just doing some crazy stuff. The most I'll probably do is say, back, and forth. Back, forth. We'll get it up a little bit. Trick the body. Make sure you don't hurt your body, okay? Trick your body, but make sure you don't hurt your body. All right? So what do you guys have planned for the weekend? The weather outside is so pretty. Yes, you spoke. Okay, I wasn't sure. It is pretty. It's pretty outside, but it is hot here. It is hot. It is into the 90s, okay? So we can only imagine what June, July, and August will be like. All right? It is hot. It's hot. And when you live in climates that get hot often, you try your best to stay inside, get plenty of rest, plenty of sleep, drink plenty of fluids, stay hydrated as much as you can, okay? Sunscreen, no matter your skin tone, no matter your complexion, sunscreen. If you're going to be out, yes, we need vitamin D. We do need vitamin D, but you can get vitamin D naturally through your foods as well. So, get a fair amount of time in the sun, okay? But don't overdo it. I think sometimes when we find out things are good for us, we don't weigh everything out about it. Everybody's saying, get sun. Yes, get sun. Make sure you use sunscreen, okay? Most of the times, if you don't like sunscreen, please try to use it most of the time. Half the time, whatever you can tolerate, use it, okay? Because you can also get vitamin D through foods, okay? You can get, that's still natural, through healthy foods. That's still natural. So yes, we do need sun. We do need the sun, but we also need to make sure that we're protecting ourselves. Oh, that's kind of chilly. That's kind of chilly when you're in a hot environment. It's like 90 plus degrees. And yeah, so we hitting our best friend Ellie here. Ellie the elliptical. Y'all, I've introduced y'all to Ellie, right? I know I neglected Ellie for a while. We touched on Ellie a few times, but I've always told y'all, I've always said from day one, Ellie is my best friend. She won't lie to me. The numbers are right. She's gonna tell me the truth. Even when your friends try to, spare your feelings, this friend here, she's gonna tell you the truth. And guess what? She's not gonna have an attitude about it. She's not gonna be slick and slimy about it, because she's just gonna give you the numbers, right? Numbers don't lie. So as long as your batteries are straight, trust your equipment. As long as it's good equipment, your batteries are straight, trust your equipment. Because my equipment, she's my best friend. She's my best friend. She won't lie to me. She won't lie to me. She's going to always tell me the truth. All right? Now, if I start to see things that look a little wonky, if I run to the gym and the equipment is kind of off more than about 10 points or so, then either Ellie needs batteries or the gym equipment needs batteries. So hopefully we're going to rely on that gym equipment, okay, to be up to date. And after all you got to do is jump off one piece and get on another piece and check it out, okay? Because maybe they do. They're human, okay? Humans make these machines, so maybe they do need to check it out. And if I know my batteries are right and my numbers are still looking crazy on my equipment, my best friend, then I know it's time for me to get a new best friend, okay? Okay, but I love this best friend. She's been doing good for a long time. Y'all might hear her squeak sometimes. I remember the other day, somebody told me she sounded like she was unstable, to be careful. She got it. She got it. She got it. Look at her. She got it. 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 Y'all hear? But again, just like we know our bodies, sometimes the equipment knows. You know how sometimes your Wi-Fi acts up and you don't see what's going on. Call the Wi-Fi service people. They can't see anything going on. Next few minutes, the Wi-Fi is acting okay, right? Okay, that's man-made. Sometimes your equipment might do that. You might not see a problem, but you see a problem. You know your batteries are straight. One or two things are going on then. You need a new best friend. Or she just worked out the kinks. Sometimes the equipment will work out its own kinks, okay? Sometimes it takes resetting. Sometimes something in the area is just wonky, okay? Especially if your equipment does depend on internet connection, Wi-Fi connection, okay? So you'll know. You will know. You will know. Yes, make sure it's not expired. Yes, and you can do, if you want a plant-based, check me out. Yeah, you can use plant-based and make sure that it's not expired. Yes, congratulations. Your son graduated. Look, May is the month of graduation, isn't it? May is the big month. Because we have graduations like over the summer. In December, a lot of people graduate in December. So May is the big one. May is the big one. May is that big one. And then I'll say December is a close second. A lot of people graduate in December, just depending on when they finish their degree. Sometimes people can't make the spring graduation for some reason, and they just decide to walk with the summer class or the after fall. But just generally speaking, May is the big month of graduation. High school and college. And now, since we're graduating after each grade, kindergarten, after what, 5th grade, after 8th grade, I'm like, come on, people, come on, come on, come on. And I know people like to celebrate it. It's like making, it's like marking milestones. And I try to look at it like that. It's like marking milestones, okay? But the most important to me would be maybe kindergarten, because the child is so young, still like a baby kind of, so young. But then after that, graduation and college graduation. The others, they're cute, they're okay. They're cute, they're okay. And they are worth the pat on the back. But I don't like to see things get kind of watered down. So the most important ones to me are that kindergarten graduation, high school graduation, and college graduation. So y'all hear her, she popping like she needs some, what do I talk about? The joints, right? Joints, synovial fluids. The more you work out, the more synovial fluid that you'll have around your joints, okay? Move those arms as well. You want those elbows to have synovial fluids, those shoulders, okay? Those ankles, exercise those ankles, okay? You want the joints to have, synovial fluid. It's just like WD-40, okay? It's just like WD-40. So and like I told y'all yesterday, sometimes I put WD-40 on Ellie, and it doesn't help. Then sometimes out of the blue, she's just as quiet as a mouse. She's as quiet as a mouse, and I haven't put anything on her. I haven't put anything on her. You're welcome. You are welcome, Rooted. I haven't put anything on her, and she's quiet. And she goes smoothly. That's why she'll be my best friend. That's why she is my best friend. Okay? She is. And people may think, your best friend? Yeah, she is. She's my best friend. You can have an inanimate object as a best friend. Okay? Sometimes they are much, much better. Okay? They are much, much better. When you have an inanimate object as a best friend, Much, much better. It's kind of like a pet, you know. A lot of times, pets are our best friend, right? Far better friends to us than humans, right? We're going to go back a little bit. We're going to go backwards a little bit. Far better friends to us than humans, okay? So we're going to go back. I wish we could play music. See, when I come on, that's another reason I don't exercise, because I don't have time to be trying to figure out, you know, because there's a lot of free music but that you can use. But free doesn't necessarily mean you can use it on here without being copyrighted. I realized that. I found that out. Free doesn't necessarily mean you won't be copyrighted. Okay? Okay? Because a lot of times it's not true. But even when in the cases where it is true, I've used music before that was copyright free. And what else? There's another one. I can't think of the other term that they use. Geez. It's copyright free. And it's something else. I can't think of it. Used it, y'all. And got an email. Got an email. And I'm like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Is it free? And they explicitly say it's free for you to use on social media platforms for your school projects, your social media projects, whatever it is that you want to use. And guess what? You still get an email. Not just once. It's happened a couple of times. So I don't even try it. That's why when I'm outside and those cars come by, sometimes you can't catch it. But I just catch it when I can. Sometimes you'll hear a little bit. I'm like, I don't want to get an email, okay? I don't want to get an email because of someone else's music. Because of someone else's music. So again, guys, it's getting hot, okay? It's getting really hot. Drink plenty of fluids. Water. Gatorade. Specifically for me, I want to push water. Unless you have some type of condition or issue where you're on a fluid restriction. In that case, I'm sure your doctor has already told you the amount of liquids that you can have. Okay? So, and whatever that limit is, make sure you reach it. Because if it's limited already, it's getting hot out here. So make sure you drink whatever it is that the doctor or your healthcare provider tells you that's okay for you to drink if you have certain conditions. Okay? So, make sure that you warm up. What do I call my warm up? That's my appetizer. Okay? My exercise is my entree. And my cool down is my dessert. So my appetizer, my entree, my dessert are equivalent to my warm up. Okay? My main exercise, like 30 to 45 minutes most times, unless I have to run out real quick. And my dessert, which is normally 5 minutes or so. But I also come on here and do a second cool down with you guys, because that gives me a time to network and connect with you and to motivate you to also get moving. Okay? Just look at the movement. Just watch the movement. I've got an email saying that sometimes it's relaxing. I don't know how relaxing it is today because Ellie is acting up, but but I can understand that. I can see that. You know how sometimes things will catch your attention and they don't really even seem interesting, but for some reason it's something that it's doing that's catching your attention. I can't think of those balls, y'all, that people have sitting on their desk. You hit one and it just starts to bloop, 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 bloop. Nothing really interesting about that, but it can hold your attention sometimes. It can hold your attention for a little bit. An hourglass. You know what an hourglass is going to do. The sand is going to go from one end to the other. You know that. But it does catch your attention sometimes. Some people, it holds their attention. So sometimes things that you think won't hold your attention will. Okay? And so my goal is to hold your attention, to get you to walk. Walk. Okay? Get you to walk. It's to get you to walk. To get you, and you can do, there are a plethora of things that I name every day. And I'm going to name those again. You can walk. You can jog. You can run. You can skip. You can jump rope. You can ride your bicycle outside. You can ride your stationary bike. You can ride your elliptical. You can ride your treadmill. You can go skating. You can swim. Okay? That's about 11 things right there that I named that you can do. And if we can spend time on social media every day, guess what? We can spend time contributing to our health and well-being, okay? We've talked about mental health this month. We've talked about mental health this month. And Lord's willing, the plan is to talk a little bit more about mental health next week. Because when I talk about mental health, it doesn't have to be, we're not professional, we're not licensed, okay? So we're coming from a layman's perspective. But we don't want to put out false information. We don't want to be judgmental, knowing that we all have known people with mental health issues, or maybe even gone through mental health issues. So just because you know people or you've gone through it, that doesn't qualify you or make you qualified to diagnose anybody, okay? To even evaluate anybody, to diagnose anybody, or to treat anybody. As lay people, we can give opinions based on experiences of our own and those that we know, but we can't professionally assess, diagnose, or treat. We're not licensed and qualified to do that. And we can't try and throw some cute name on it to try to justify our attempt to do that, okay? All right? So be careful who you listen to when you're talking about mental health. Because anybody on this app, unless they are a licensed, certified, trained clinician, be it a physician, a social worker who's trained in mental health, or a nurse practitioner who's trained, they can't tell you a thing. They can only tell you what they've observed from other people and what they've experienced themselves, okay? So don't let anyone on here trick you into a diagnosis, and they don't even have the qualifications to do so. They haven't been formally educated to do so. They haven't worked in a clinical situation or a clinical rotation to do so. Okay, if you feel like you need to talk to someone, there are numbers you can call, and we're going to discuss some of those numbers, okay, next week. There are numbers you can call. There are places you can go. And there are even some people on certain social media platforms who know what they're doing. But you will know, okay? You will know. You will know. It's kind of like when you're trying to, purchase sea moss, okay? Anybody can present sea moss to you, right? Can present something to you and say that it's sea moss. But it might not be the real thing, okay? It might not be the real thing. So when you're listening to people, make sure that you're listening to someone who's the real deal, all right? The real deal. And I don't know how long I've been cooling down, but I think it's almost been 30 minutes. See, when you don't pay attention, that's another thing. When you don't pay attention, 30 minutes flies by. An hour flies by when you don't pay attention, okay? So for those who've never exercised, or for those who have but haven't in a long, long time, please consult your primary care doctor, your nurse practitioner, your physician's assistant, and come up with a plan with them. And if you don't want to talk to them about it, make sure you come up with a light plan at first on your own. Your body will tell you, okay? Your body will tell you. If you feel tired, slow down or stop, okay? Rest. You got two choices. You can restart, or you can take off and give it another shot tomorrow until you gradually work your way up, okay? I suggest to anybody, from my personal experience and people I know and literature that I've read, 30 minutes at least 5 days a week is 150 minutes per week. That's what I suggest. That's what most people suggest. Okay, we're not writing your prescription. That's what we suggest, okay? But if you haven't exercised in a long time, or if you've never exercised, start off with 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I say 15, but whichever works for your body. Start off with 10 to 15 minutes for a couple of weeks. And I bet you, after a couple of weeks, you'll want to continue to go another 5 minutes. So the next thing you know, maybe within a month to a month's time, you'll be up to 20 minutes. Make your goal 30 minutes. Depending on what you and your doctor have discussed, and also depending on how you feel, okay? So I'm going to try to just slow down. I haven't been really going fast, but I did speed up and I slowed down. I sped up a couple of times. So what we want to do now is we want to start to go really slow so you can get your heart rate down. So whenever you start, you want to stretch, stretch, stretch. It'll allow you to be able to go longer. Okay, stretch, Then warm up and get into your workout. When you're done with your full workout, when you've gone full throttle for about 30 minutes or so, you want to start to cool down. Okay? You want to slow down. Watch the legs move. Watch the legs move. Be motivated to get up and move. What are you doing right now? What are you doing? Get up. Get up. If you're sitting down and you know that you're not on an exercise regimen, I want you to get up. Now, whatever you're doing, if you're at work, you're sitting at your desk, get up. Tell them you gotta go to the restroom. Walk. Walk fast though. Normally you get up and you kind of stroll along. Put a little pep in your step. A brisk walk, okay? All right, so back to this. You want to cool down. And once you're done cooling down, what do you want to do again? You want to stretch again, okay? You want to stretch again. Stretching allows you to go longer. Stretching helps to prevent injury. Not saying that you won't get injured, okay? So again, listen to your body, but it helps to prevent those things. And I hope you guys have been chatting in the chat with each other. I hope you guys have been talking about things that work for you. Do you have CMOS? Okay. This month we celebrate Mental Health Awareness Month. Gosh, scroll too far. Watch Lives Prize Legs Move. We hope it encourages you to get up and move your own. Yes, yes, yes. So I hope that you guys again have a great weekend. I hope that you have a great week. If not, look, whether you've had a great week or not, take some time. Take some time for yourself this weekend, okay? Even if you have to work. I know we have a lot of weekend warriors, okay? So even if you have to work, try. The weekend, the kids are out of school. So during the week, you're working. You're with the kids. Sometimes even getting them back and forth to school. Maybe you're blessed enough that you don't have to be the transportation to and from. But on the weekends, they require some time too, right? They do. They require time during the week because of school activities. And on the weekends, some of them require time because of school activities. But they also require time and they need time with you. So make sure that you do that, of course. But it's very, very crucial to have some you time. Okay? Time for you. Time for you. So you can relax. Resolve. Try to relate things that happened the past week, the past month, right then. Don't spend a lot of time on it. Some things you will have to spend a lot of time on. But the idea is just to relax, to try to relate, maybe even relate to other people who are important to you. People who are important to you in your life. You know, your family first. God and then your family, okay? Release. Try to release as much as you can release. Okay? Resolve. Refocus. Reset. Regroup. And get with it. And I know it's just Saturday and Sunday. That's a lot to do in 2 days, right? But hey, try to get you a good night's sleep on Friday. And Saturday, you know, hit the ground running. But if you're off work, hopefully it won't be so strenuous for you. So you can do some of those things. The relaxing, the releasing, the relating, the resetting, the regrouping, the resolve, you know, refocus. All that stuff, you can get to do that. And then hang out with your family, of course. And you can do all those R words when you're spending that time with yourself. Okay, that's your self time. Then you spend that time with as much needed with your family. And then, hey, family and friends, the extended family and friends, catch them later Saturday or sometime Sunday. Sunday, prepare for a new week. Because technically Sunday is the beginning of the new week. But for many of us, Monday is the beginning of the work week. So you want to be prepared. Okay? And even if you want to exercise, like some people say, well, I'm not going to exercise on the weekend. I've done it Monday through Friday. Take your exercise time as a time to spend time with yourself. Okay? That's time for you. That's time for you. You know? That's why I say I like to walk and talk on here. But when I'm exercising, that's me time. That's me time. That's me time. That's time for me. Do I take other opportunities for me time? Yes, I do. But that is a perfect time for me. Okay? That's a perfect time for me. that is a perfect time for me. So whatever you guys do, always, always, always make sure that you are okay. Make sure that you are okay, because you've got to be okay in order to make sure that your family is okay. Okay? Your family and your friends, because most good friends do what? They check on their friends. Okay? So check on your strong friends, because a lot of times they're checking on so many people that they appear to be strong, but you never know. Okay? You never know what mental state they're in. They're just busy trying to be strong for everybody, and their mental state may be okay, but they still may need some time for them. So check on the friends that you feel may not be so strong, and your strong friends as well. You may not have to check on your strong friends as much, but check on both. Okay? Check on both, because you never know somebody's story. You never know somebody's walk. You never know what they're going through. Okay? And another thing, when you do this, when you involve yourself with other people, make sure it's from a positive perspective. A positive perspective. You don't need to worry about anybody else's business, anything anybody else is doing, until and unless they start to worry about yours. Okay? Until and unless they start to worry about yours. All right? Know people, love people for who they are, take people for who they are. If you cannot deal with their behavior, with their vibe, with their attitude, with their demeanor, with their ways, have you remember your grandma would say that girl got some bad ways. She'd say, excuse me, y'all. She'd say, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. She'd say, she's a good girl, but when you make her mad, she's got some bad ways. Okay. So you gotta check people. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're overall bad people, but when you spend time with people, make sure that they are like-minded people. Okay? Like-minded people. You don't have to agree on everything. You don't want somebody who's going to agree with you on everything. You don't. Because what does that start to come off as? It starts to come off as them being intimidated to tell you the truth. Think about it. If you have a friend that agrees with you on everything, you're going to start to feel like you should agree with them on everything. And then, and you may truly love each other, but what kind of relationship is that really? Okay? So, and don't tolerate people who always put you down either. Because you have sometimes these friends who are truly frenemies, and they will put you down. Okay? They'll do it in a nice, nasty way, in a slick, roundabout way, in a way to make you feel like it's cool. They're trying to help you. But and sometimes, look, y'all, sometimes we just have people in our lives who are like that, and we've learned to deal with them. That's one thing. But anybody new coming into your space that treats you like that, anybody you haven't already developed a relationship with, anybody you don't owe anything to, let that go. Let that go. Let that go. Let that go. Now, sometimes, like I say, we have family members who they've always had their ways. They've always been mean. They've always been ornery. They've always been really nice. You have sometimes family members or friends that you want to correct sometimes because it seems like they can never say no. They're always being used. Somebody's always taking advantage of them. They're always doing this and they're always doing that. Who doesn't want a friend like that? But as a friend, sometimes you need to let them know, hey, not trying to tell you what to do, but it seems like you're letting people take advantage of you. And that doesn't even, and that's not to say that they don't know. Some people are just that way. Like I said, my parents, my grandparents, they call them free-hearted. Some people are just free-hearted like that. And it takes a lot. That's why you say, if you make them mad, you've really done something wrong. Have you ever had a person in your family, in your life that's free-hearted? It's like whatever someone asks for, they give it to them. They never say no. And if they do say no, it's almost like it hurts their feelings. It hurts them to say no. Those people are often taken advantage of. And it's not to say that they don't know it. They just have big hearts like that. They're just free-hearted like that. So you wouldn't be a good friend. You don't have to harp on it. Don't harp on it, but just let them know. Like, pump your brakes sometimes. Every time somebody comes to you with a handout, you're just handing over money. Somebody needs a power bill paid. Fine, do that. That's your friend. That's your family. Okay, but that person comes to you next time, it's a bigger power bill. And this person may even work. They come to you again, it's the water bill. You know, people will take advantage of situations. People will take advantage of situations. Hey, Six Balls. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, people will take advantage of situations. So a lot of time, yes, Six Balls, people will. So you gotta, you know, you gotta be able to say to your friend when they're wrong or when you think they're wrong. It doesn't mean that you discipline them. You know, that's just being a good friend. If that's your peer, that's your friend, you know, that's just being a good person to you. Being a good friend to your friend is also being a good person. But to these people who you don't know, you don't have to justify anything to them. We talked about validation last week. You don't have to validate yourself to them. When people talk, like my granddad used to say, out the side of their neck, they don't know you. They don't know what they're talking about, and they feed into people. Other people may even tell them things about you. But guess what? If somebody's telling somebody something bad about you, what does that mean? What does that mean? That they don't like them. They don't like them, so they see a train of hate. So they jump on the train and they contribute. They jump on the train and they contribute. I've had a friend to tell me something bad about a person. Now, when she told me something, you know, not really bad about them, but said that they did some bad things. Okay, I knew about some of the things. Now, if they've had a relationship with each other, I can understand the way she feels, why she feels how she feels. But you know, I can truly understand it, and I take that as a warning from my friend. But sometimes your friend will tell you things about people who they haven't even interacted with. They don't know themselves. Somebody else, maybe another friend told them something. So, you know, take heed, you know, pay attention and take heed and just see for yourself. Pay attention to what they say and take heed. But if they get mad at you because you decide to say hello to the person or the person said hello to you and you responded, that's something that's, you know, that's something that's going on with them. That's something that's going on with them. Think about it. Anytime you dislike a person and somebody comes to you with information or something to say, don't you feel like maybe that's coming? And you really don't even know that person. Don't you know that they dislike that person too? And like my folks say, you're gonna sit there and talk about people not knowing what you're talking about. And even if you know what you're talking about, sometimes you know. Why is it your place? What makes you the thermometer or the barometer by which their life should be judged? We all do it. We all talk about people. We're going to do it. We're going to continue to do it. But we all should know when the stopping point is as well. We all should know when the stopping point is as well. So, and I got on that because I was saying pets can be your best friends. Inanimate objects, this can be your best friend. But when you do have best friends who are humans, you know, we're human. That's just it. You're not going to always agree. So cherish your good friends who tell you things that make you think twice, that tell you things that steer you away from doing bad. You know, we've all had probably a thought or two to go and do something we shouldn't have done. And that friend who tells you, yeah, go ahead and do it. You got to wonder about that friend. Yeah, you want to do it. You're mad. You're ticked off. But that friend who tells you, yeah, do it. I don't blame you. You know, they may just be mad like you. But if they're always that type of friend, then you got to listen to the friends who tell you to pump your brakes. Okay? Listen to the friends who tell you to pump your brakes. That's just like if you see your friend about to do something and you know it could get them in a major issue. Aren't you going to tell them to slow down? You may not be able to tell them or control them and tell them what to do, but you're going to tell them to pump their brakes, right? Hey, Key Kitchen. What you up to? Sis Bo says, what you up to? You and Lions Pride hiding. Oh, hold up. See, like that right there. I don't even like each content creator should be able to do how they want to do. And when y'all say stuff over and over, that gets other people to say it. Like, nobody can tell anybody how to do on their channel. People do things for reasons, okay? And then when you put stuff like that in the chat or in their chat, it makes people like pick up on that. Like, I would never, I know that about Six Bowls, but I'm not going to say it because I know she has a reason for it. Just like I have a reason for doing the things that I do. Like Sis Bowles, you have a reason for doing the things the way you do. That's your channel. That's how you would like to do it. That's just how people are. You know, what may be small to you is big to someone else. That's why we have to respect people's boundaries that they've set. Okay? They have boundaries. They set those boundaries for reasons. Those reasons don't have to be okayed by us or anybody else. As long as they're okay with them. You know, you never know what someone's going through. So things like that, that's just like another reason I don't ask people where they are. If you get on here and you want to tell where you are, that's your choice. If you get on here and you want to be seen, that's your choice. If you don't want to be, that's your choice. I don't say it because it gets other people. It's just like if I tell Sassy something and there are 10 people at the end of the line, what I told Sassy that was positive will be something that was messy and negative by the time it gets to the 10th person. Right? So I try not, certain things I just try not to do. If I want to tell somebody something or address something, I'll email them. If it's bothering me that bad, the way somebody is doing something, I'm going to email them. I'm not going to put it in the atmosphere because it is what it is. They've shown you what they want to show. They've done the things they want to do them the way they want to do them. That's all we can accept. That's all we can accept. Because again, what's small to one may be big to someone else. So just allow people to be them. That's just me being me. That's Miss Kitchen being Miss Kitchen. And Six Bowles does it her way. Brilliant does it her way. It is what it is. But once you get on here in any social media platform, you will figure out that you shouldn't do certain things, or why you know certain things you just don't want to do. Things you didn't do, you don't want to do. It is what it is. Each person is different. Each person is different. Girl, Dad, when you come up in here. Hey, girl, Dad. Kid Kitchen says she loves you too, Six. Six Ball says, I didn't think it was an issue. I have never seen you. Yeah, like, it's just, to me, I don't even care. There's a lot of people on here. It's like people don't show their kids for a reason. I'm not gonna ask them why. I'm just gonna go with the flow of what they show. Because everybody in this chat knows how YouTube is. Everybody. So I'm to the point where I know I just stick with what I see. I just stick with what I see. Girl Dad saying happy Friday. Everyone in the chat. Are you having a great day, Girl Dad? I hope so. The weekend is here. The weekend is here. Sassy says, last Friday I'll watch the rest on my TV. I'm getting ready to log back in. Oh, you know what? I forgot. You're at work, but you're not at work. Have a great rest of your work day, Sassy. 5 minutes, 3-day weekend. Yay. I know. Who has a 3-day weekend? Are you guys off for Memorial Day? Yeah, it did, Six Balls. I'm going to always shoot straight. I'm going to shoot honest. I don't care who it is. I'm going to shoot straight. Because I feel like when people do certain things, it's like, I've seen it done a lot. And especially with Miss Key Kitchen. It's like, I've seen another content creator say, if she doesn't want to do that, she doesn't want to do that. Like, that's just been, it's been clear. It's been made clear. So, that's just like, if you have a certain feature or characteristic, you don't want people to just keep saying that every time you turn around. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's just like when trolls come in and they say, why do ladies do this? Why do ladies do that? Why do black people do this? Why do black people do that? Why do Asian people do this? Why do Asian people do that? And it's like, and then they'll say it, then you get somebody else to come in and say it. It's kind of almost like, it's not trolling, but it's like it's already been addressed. Like, I don't beat a nail over and over, I guess is what I'm saying. So, yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm gonna always be straight up. Like, my moms will tell you that. If it's something that, like makes me like, why is that? Because you said it's not a big issue. But I've seen it, like, mentioned more than 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 occasions. So, it's like, nah. I mean, when I will, I will. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Because the thing about it is, it's not you, Six Balls. It's what people will be like, you know what? They'll take stuff and run with it. They'll take stuff and run with it. And I know I'm not the only one who it may seem to have, quote, bothered, unquote, as you said, because I've seen other people say the same thing. They say the exact same thing that I say. Well, no, I don't. And so that's it. That's all. So, yeah, it does. It does. But not like that. It's just that it's already been talked. I mean, it's been talked about. But not like when you say bother, like, I guess not make a person mad. It doesn't make you mad. It just makes you wonder, like, why they always say that from time to time. Yeah, so it doesn't make you mad. It just makes you wonder why, you know, like I will never go to anybody's place and say, why you don't show me your this? Or why you don't do this? Or why you don't do that? Now, if we're talking about, if you say, why don't you do a bike? Or why don't you do a treadmill? Then that's a full good conversation. But something I just don't do, no. Girl Dad said, hey, Key Kitchen. Bree speaking to the king. Acknowledge him as, look, acknowledge the kings, okay? Acknowledge king. There's one thing about Bree, she's always going to acknowledge you as a king or a queen, okay? And that's, she's always welcoming, always welcoming. So y'all, please appreciate my mods as much as I do. I don't have a lot of them because I don't need a lot of them. But the ones that I have are great. Bree is always in the chat. Jill comes through a lot. But they're always in my comment sections as well. So I know they keep in the comments, they checking the comments. And I got a couple that don't do either. But they check those comments. They check the comments. They check the comments. Let's see, since it bothers you, that's for you to deal with. Not for me, soldier. Go ahead. Oh, Brilliant. I mean, not Brilliant. Brilliant's name is right there. Six Balls, if it bothers you like that, you don't need to come back. You don't need to come back. Because I stated to you how I feel. And when you can't respect a person's feelings or how they feel on something that was related to them, then you don't need to come back. I say that to anybody. It's been people where I felt like I didn't need to go back because of their actions. Actions may have been small to me, to them, but they were big to me. So do as you please, because you see, just like you said that, I'm not going to tell you, well, why do you leave? Why do you leave? I'm not going to do that. I'm not, because that's your choice. Okay? If I see you anywhere out here, I'm not going to say, why did you do that? And however much time has passed, I'm not going to ask you again. A little bit of time passed, I'm not going to ask you again. I'm not going to do that. Because if it, it's kind of funny now. See, I'm telling y'all, you have to laugh stuff off. And the laughter, when you can laugh, then that means you've done correctly. When you can laugh. Because if I say, why do somebody, if I ask a question, why was my question any more harmful than their question or their statement? Why was my question any more harmful than theirs? They didn't like my response. So doesn't that mean I have the right not to like their question or their statement? See, that's what you do. That's what adults do. You're adult. You let people know what you like and what you don't. And if they can't jig with it and they can't get with it, they can exit left, they can exit right. As long as they exit, it doesn't matter. But you don't have to be mad. You don't have to be mad at them. You don't have to be mad at them. You just don't jig with them. Or they don't jig with you. Because if you can say something to me, then you should be able to expect what I say to you. Don't use a clout of, if it bothered you. See, like I said, mental health. And it doesn't just mean diagnosing mental health. Manipulation can be mental health. People can say something, a boyfriend and a girlfriend get into it. The girlfriend says, well, why didn't you come home on time last night? Instead of him answering or saying, well, I did yada, yada, yada. He says, well, you didn't come home on time 2 months ago. He's going to find a reason to make your question a bad question. You know? And then you're going to say, what are you talking about? So then it's turned around that you're the one that's bothered. My field of study won't let that happen. What I've learned as adults is that you put it on the table how you feel and how you say. So so there won't be any misunderstandings. And you never talk about something behind somebody's back. Now, if they want to continue to talk about it, that's on them. But you never talk about things behind people's back. If you say something, they say something to you, and you address it right there. If they can't take the address, then you have to just do like Six Bowls did. You just have to leave and don't come back. Believe me. Everything goes on. Everything goes on. So don't y'all be out here getting mad at each other for small stuff. Don't y'all be out here getting mad at each other for small stuff or for simple things. Don't do that. You know, express yourself. Just as a person has a right to express themselves to you, you have a right to express yourself to them. Sometimes, as we saw then, they won't like it. But never let them flip the table. Never let them flip the table. Okay? You have to stand on your table. Never let them flip the table. Well, you did this in my chat, right? So I'm going to talk about what I please to talk about, right? Now, I don't do content like using people for content, but if I chose to, I can do whatever it is that my heart desires. Because it happened on my channel and in my chat. So it is what it is. That's what I can do, if that's what I choose to do. But like I said, stuff like that, I don't get mad enough about it to use it for ongoing content. But will I address it today right here? Yes, ma'am, I will. I certainly will. Because you can go and do whatever you choose to do on your channel. Okay? Okay. And that's how it is. And that's with anybody. I've always made that clear. People do what they want on their channel. You know? They do. Just like you do what you want. The only people we control are those that we bring into this world. That God uses us as a vessel to deliver. That's it, and that's all. Those are the only people you can control. You can't really control your spouse unless they choose to allow you to. So, like I said, I'll never get mad at somebody for asking me something, but I will tell them how I feel about what they ask me, and I won't let them flip the table. I won't let them flip the table at all, period. Girl Dad says 100. Yeah, Girl Dad, I try to stand on being adults. Like that, we disagree. I didn't tell her to leave. She said she'd leave. So one time did I tell her to leave. Not one time did I raise my voice. Not one time did I curse. My tone may have changed, but my tone changed out of curiosity. Like, what's the deal with that? That was the sound of my voice. So, because you can read people through tone, okay? That's just like when a person writes a book. You know that it's a comedy instead of a novel, a love novel or a drama because of tone. So maybe my tone showed that I was I guess she said bothered. But for me, my tone was like curiosity, wondering. It was like that. So I can't take her opinion from her like she can't take mine. But I also can't tell her what to do. And she definitely can't tell me what to do. See, we can't, that's what we have to learn on these apps. We can't tell people what to do. That happened in my chat. So I will do with it as I choose. But because I am an adult, I don't have to, it's not content. Honestly, truth be told, it's not content. She says what she said, I said what I said. It's not content. That's just not what this channel is for. It's for motivating people. But at the same time, when you motivate people, you're not going to be a doormat. So a lot of times people think when you're positive or when you try to be positive that you don't have a whole other kind of demeanor or two or three. Okay? We come out of all kinds of bags. But we know the main bag that we would like to have. And I would like to have a bag of positivity over here. So I'm not mad about anybody who decides to leave at all. At all. Now what'll happen is she'll probably make that content because that was her train of thought, not mine. And if she does, it'll just be something for me to laugh at because it would have proven me right. Okay? So when stuff like that happens, you got to know how to be adults about it. And you shouldn't be mad at each other. You just know how to, it's just like with your family. You don't get mad at family. You just learn how to maneuver around family. And sometimes friends, family, acquaintances, your time runs out with each other. And you go left, they go right, they go right, you go left, you go up, they go down, you go down, they go up. You just, it is what it is. Okay? Don't let anybody, and this is to anybody. This is to Six Bowls. This is everybody in this chat, because this is my chat and this is the conversation. This is where it started. Don't let people, it's easier said than done, as with a lot of things I say, but don't let misunderstandings make you, don't let it ruin your day, and don't make it change you. Okay? You only change for, let me tell you, you only change for yourself. But if you're going to change for anybody other than yourself, I suggest to anybody, you don't change unless it's for your kids, your spouse, your parents, your siblings. And when you make that change, make sure that it's a change for the better. But just as far as your personality, your attitude, what you stand on, what you believe, how you feel, you don't change that for anybody. You don't change that for anybody. Anybody at all. See, a lot of times people will try to make your channel be or go in a direction that you don't want it in. And you just have to say, nah, we can straighten this out, but nah, it's not going in that direction. It's not. It's not. It's not. Because we don't have to affiliate. We don't have to affiliate. And that's a good thing. That is a good thing, because you won't feel tense and you just move about accordingly. You go about your business. I've done that so much. I just go about my business. Certain places, certain things, certain people I don't want to affiliate with, I go about my business. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's not hard. And people do have the right to express their feelings. People have never let someone take away your right to express your feelings. They may use one of these cute, fancy terms for it, but it is what it is. Let that term be theirs to use. Because at the end of the day, you have a right to express your feelings. Now, y'all know, I should have left her alone. Because I'm telling you, when I don't put something on her, she's quiet. But I think maybe what it is that the WD-40 has to sink in. Because when I first put it on, it's no better. Sometimes it's worse. And I put it on today. Just because I used it yesterday and it was okay. It was so-so. But probably after 2 or 3 more times, she's going to be quiet. But shoot, guess what? If she's not quiet, guess what? As long as she's moving, see the legs move. As long as she's allowing me to let the legs move on top of her pedals, I'm going to use her. I'm going to use her. I'm going to use her. Point blank, period. As long as she lets me let the legs move, I'm going to move her. I'm going to move her. And I'm going to use her. I really, really am. But yes. So if you came through this chat, as you can see, sometimes things can go, I won't even say left, but they can go in a direction you don't like. But as a content creator, and even as subscribers, you're supposed to try to pull things back to the middle. To the middle. Okay? You put things back to the middle. If you can. Now, how you put it to the middle or how it works out in the end, who knows? Who knows? It is what it is. But that's what you try to do if you're going to be adults. If you're going to be adults. And if you're adulting, another cute term that people like to use that they made up. If you're adulting, that's what you do. How are you? I'm good. Nahibula? I don't want to mispronounce your name, but I hope I pronounced it right. And I appreciate you for stopping in, saying hi, how are you? Hey, Deborah. Deborah says, hey, sis, do your thing, friend. Deborah, I be trying to. I be trying to. And every so often, probably like, it's not often at all. Every so often something happens that's to me, because I know how I am and I could be, it's not even serious. But a lot of times people don't like your tone. You know, it's just like my mom used to say, people can say anything to you, but they're not always ready for your response. Even if you weren't disrespectful, they're not always ready for your response. Because I wasn't disrespectful. So I appreciate you for coming in, Deborah, and telling me to do my thing, because that's what I'm going to do. That's the only thing I know to do. I can't change for anybody unless I see that I need to change. You know, or somebody who loves me or is close enough to me can show me where I need to change. But as far as like on the platform, each and every content creator has to do things in their way. And that's why I come over here to do the things that I do, to motivate, to encourage, to uplift. But does that mean I won't have to say something aside from that sometimes? Nope. Nope. Because we're human. Everybody's human. Everybody's human. Everybody's human. I see that. I see what it is, but I don't know if I pronounced it right. Where are you? Where are you? You're a good example for what I just talked about. Like, everybody doesn't tell their location. I'm in the United States. I'm in the United States. See, I've been on here and I slowed down. Now y'all want to make me go faster. We want to go back faster again. Okay? It's time to get off. We're going to trick the muscles and go backwards. Okay? We're going to go backwards. We're going to trick the muscles and go backwards. All right? So that kind of helped me stay on here a little bit longer. Now I'm starting to think maybe I can be off tomorrow. Or maybe if I work out tomorrow, I can take off Memorial Day. I can take off Memorial Day. Because it's been 1 hour and 7 minutes. You're in Afghanistan? How are you over there in Afghanistan? How are things going for you? I hope things are going well. I hope that things are well for you in whatever part of Afghanistan that you're in. I really, really do. What? Sassy went back to work. Bree probably said, I gotta go. Brilliant. Brilliant. We'll talk, sis. Bree probably said, I gotta go. But you didn't have to go. Because that's what mods do. They make sure that the rest of the chat is okay. Especially when you're having a discussion with a specific person in the chat. They make sure that the rest of the chat is okay. But Brilliant works night shift too. So y'all know how that goes. And she's a night owl like me. So I work days. When I usually work days. And I'm a night owl still. And that's not good. That's not good. You need to get good sleep at night. Afghanistan. You live in France. Afghanistan is not good right now. That's why I asked how were you doing over there. I wasn't sure. That's why I asked. Gotta stay in motion. Right, girl, dad, right. Gotta stay in motion. See, you can't let small things hinder you. And that's anybody. That's anybody. You can't let small things hinder you. You have to stay focused and stay in motion. You know, we're on here to network. Some people you'll network with for a while. Some people you won't at all. And some people you will forever. You know, most people, I don't know. I was about to say most people, but I don't know about that. I think quite a few people do come on here to make, friends or acquaintances. I really just think most people come on here to, the way the platform is set up, they come on here to be able to communicate with people, to express themselves on their channels, to do the things that they like to do on their channels, the way they like to do them, to interact with those they like interacting with on their channels. And then in that process, You go through trial and error. Excuse me. I need some water. You go through trial and error. So every trial and error may not turn out good, but you make it your business to make sure that they don't turn out bad. You can kind of control that. And I've always wondered on social media why people don't control the way things work out. Why do they go back and forth? The option to scroll is magnificent. It's like a wonderful option. The option to scroll on is magnificent. The option to realize that, okay, I don't need to be here, it's great. The option to say, oh, I don't need to be over there, it's great. The option to block, if you think you need to, that's great. The only thing about this particular platform is like blocking people isn't really blocking people. You know, I know on other platforms you block people, you don't see them, they don't see you, and they can't even tag you and all this kind of stuff. So sometimes it makes me wonder about this platform. You know, you see how people do, how people are. A lot of times people just can't let things go, but then they still allow people to, even though they're blocked, they like tag each other and stuff like that. It's so like high school sometimes. It's so high school sometimes. I'm about to be done. I'm about to get off of here. I've been on for like an hour and 12 minutes. So, yeah. Come back the next time. I hope you subscribe. If you didn't, I hope you'll consider subscribing. But if you don't, maybe you can come back and decide if you would like to again. But I'm about to get off because I've been on here for quite some time. I have. Now I've been on here for a really, really long time before. Like 2 hours. Leave my shorts right, because you know how YouTube is. You see those shorts, YouTube? You see? Okay? Everybody's not going to like the way you do things. Everybody's not going to like the way you handle things. And that's them, okay? But nobody has control over it. Okay? YouTube has control over what we're allowed to do on here. But no one other human being has control of you. Okay? They don't. And you don't have control over anybody else. You don't. You don't. So, you know, just be adult-like and just recognize and understand that when situations come up, they don't have to be bad. Sometimes things just have to be made clear. And that's it. And that's all. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Thank you. Thank you. Did I say it? You never told me if I said it right. Najibullah? Najibullah. You never told me if I said it right. You told me what it was, again, but you never told me if I was correct in my pronunciation. Okay? You didn't let me know if I pronounced it right. You didn't let me know if my enunciation was correct. Okay. So I guess I was correct. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. If you didn't subscribe, I hope that you will. Okay? Hit my doorbell. It's called a YouTube notification bell so that you'll know every time I do another live or upload a short. And just come back. You can hang out in the bushes. You can drop in the chat. When people hang out in the bushes, I know that sometimes that makes some people mad, but for me, not really. Because you are engaging. Even if you don't, you know, it's better to engage, or it's more engagement if you drop down in the comment section. Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. And again, I appreciate you for coming through here. You know. Yes. So it is good. And I don't, like I always say, I don't beat people up about the thumbs up, but I do appreciate those thumbs ups. So if you thumbs me up, I appreciate it. I won't fuss if you don't, but I will appreciate it. And remember, don't let bothered people bother you. Okay? Don't let stressed people stress you out. Don't let stressful things stress you out. There are already enough things going on in your personal life. Okay? Or maybe in the lives of people you truly do know, you've met, you've grown up with, you've worked with, that you love. You know, So don't let those stressful things stress you out. People will invite you into their misery lounge. And when they do, you just leave. Because sometimes you don't always know that the misery is there, okay? Sometimes you don't always know. So when they invite you in, sometimes they got what? Peanuts and mints. They got drinks at the bar. They invite you in and you find out that you were misled. So you leave that misery lounge and you go back to your happy lounge. And your happy lounge may not be happy all the time. Because remember, we're human. We go through things. Some are going through things now. Some have been through things. Some will go through things. Okay? But just remember, go back to your happy lounge, your happy place, because you don't have to deal with the misery that's going on in somebody else's misery lounge. All right? You don't. And no matter what happens, here, it's always peace. It's always positivity. Okay? And it's always prosperity. That is always the wish. If I talk to you, if I don't, if I know you, if I don't, if you dropped in the chat, if you get it, if you like something I said, if you don't, if you did, if you didn't, if you dropped a few nuggets in the chat, I hope that everybody picks up a nugget or two when they come through here. You know, pick up a nugget or two when you come through here. Leave a nugget or two. And even if you can't apply those nuggets to yourself, maybe you can apply those nuggets to someone you know. Maybe you can give it to them and help them out. All right? So y'all know what it is. Without peace, there's chaos. We can see that things can become chaotic, but sometimes you don't have to let it. Okay? Without positivity, there's negativity. And wherever chaos and negativity live and breathe, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. And again, don't bother people. Okay? And don't always be so offended. Okay? Don't let bother people bother you. And you have to realize that what may offend you may not offend another person. And what doesn't offend you can offend another person. And you have no control of that. You have no control of that. We only control each other. We only control ourselves. We don't control each other. We only control ourselves. I can't tell you how to feel about anything I do or say, and you can't tell me how to feel about anything you do or say. You don't live in my mind, and we don't have those type of relationships on here where you kind of know me like that. But I try to let people know me. I try to express who I am, and I try to be clear about it, absolutely clear about it. And everybody's just not going to jig with you, and that's okay. That is okay. Keep walking. I will. I am. Come back. Come back. Come back. Najibullah, come back. Okay? Come back and walk with us. Come back and walk with us. Bye, y'all. Come back and walk with us. Come back and walk with us. He said, keep walking. I've been walking for an hour and 19 minutes. I walk forward. I walk backwards. You gonna walk with me? Okay. I hope so. I hope so. And I would appreciate it. Bye.